Hi people, how you will be back to my YouTube channel. I'm Victoria, and in case you're new here and in case you're returning, thank you very much. First things first, in case you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you are notified. So today is going to be a little bit different. I'm introducing something that is new, but it's old. It's a Sunday segment that is always on my channel. It's called Trending with Victoria. Now I've decided that we are not only going to have it only on Sunday, but also have it on other days, and we start with it today. It is time for Trending with Victoria. What is trending where I am? Of course, something is trending where I am. You can go to the comment section and you share what is trending where you are, but I'm here to share with you 5 topics. And for this time around, there may be 5 or more than 5, but I'll try my level best to see that they are just 5. Our first story comes in from South Africa, where 2 South Africans developed testing kits for COVID-19, and these testing kits provide results in 65 minutes. On top of that, they are cheaper than the test kits that are imported from the outside world, as in from the West, from China or any other country that they are being imported from. And that is a plus, as in it is a blessing in disguise for Africa right now. This shows that we have that potential. We can do these things for ourselves, and that is a very good example that we are not going to now go out and look for testing kits, but rather they are going to be made from Africa and they'll be supplied all over the world. And this time is our time to prove that, you know what, we can also make it. And South Africa has just done it, and it is a plus to them. They are made in Pretoria and they are coming to market in June. So one of the things you should know is that South Africa is one of the countries that has been greatly affected by coronavirus in Africa. And yes, now that South Africans have come out with these testing kits, they are going to help greatly with testing so many people in South Africa. And yes, this is also helping in the fight of coronavirus. And adding to that, Nigerian army also came up with ventilators. Yes, dictator ventilators.
Towards flattening the curve against the novel coronavirus, the Nigerian military has produced a digital mechanical ventilator known as Dicovent using local contents. This is part of efforts aimed at addressing the shortage of personal protective equipment, PPEs, in the country. The coordinator, Defense Media Operations, Major General John Enenche, disclosed these at an update press briefing on the preparedness of the armed forces of Nigeria on COVID-19.
Ventilators are used in the treatment of coronavirus. Now, the army of Nigeria also came up with these ventilators. What we should note is that these ventilators are not as many in the market, so it is also a plus to the Nigerian government, or it's also a plus to the Nigerians for their army coming up with these ventilators. They are going to help because there were few, but now that they are being produced, they have been tested and they're working very well. It is a plus to Nigeria and to the Nigerians and to Africa as a whole, because we are going through a tough situation as the world, but amidst this situation, there are people who have come up to create different things that help in curbing the virus. Yes, that is a plus to all the countries that are innovating, and to everyone in Africa who is coming up with different innovations that are helping with COVID-19. Plus, it is a plus to you. Thank you very, very much. And we are urging the African governments to come up and support these people. Yes, come up and support the entrepreneurs. Come up and support the army. Come up and support the different people who are coming up with these innovations that later on, even after all this is done, they are going to be used by they are not only going to be used by us, but they will later on export them to other countries, and that will be helping our countries with making money. You know, the next story comes in from Ghana, where the Ghanaian president lifted the 21 days lockdown. Yes, Ghana was under a 21 days lockdown, but their president on Sunday came and said that he had lifted the 21-day lockdown, and he said that people should go back to work. Now, he's the first president to do this in the whole of Africa, because most of the African countries are actually anticipating to extend their days, and some of them are under, you know, lockdowns that are ridiculous. Like Botswana's lockdown is like Botswana is on a 6 months lockdown, and so many others are anticipating that after their lockdowns are done, they'll still have more lockdowns. But he still told his countrymen that those who can still work from home, let them work from home, and then those who cannot work home, let them go and work. Let them go to work. And then on top of that, he reminded them that they have to sanitize, they have to wash their hands, they have to take all the necessary precautions. And he also told the people who run public transport that they should make sure they do they take the necessary precautions as people are using this of transport. We all know that we all know how public transport is. It carries so many people. So I hope they are able to fight this amidst. I hope that they go through this and they go through it without having so many other increased cases. And then on top of that, African countries should pick a leaf from this. He took a decision that is hard, and that everyone will look at. Everyone has mixed feelings about, but I know it will work, because he said he based it on data and science. And yes, they will be able to fight the virus despite not having a lockdown. The story comes in from Uganda, and it is a sex scandal. Yes, on a sad note, it is a sex scandal that has hit the food relief distribution task force. Now, when coronavirus came to Uganda, the president came up with a task force to help in the distribution of food to the vulnerable people, or to the people who cannot now be able to afford food. And this task force is helped by LCs. LCs are called local council leaders. In our different districts that we come from, in Uganda, we have local council leaders. Now, these local council leaders are the ones that are helping the national task force with distributing this food, with identifying who needs the food and who does not need the food. And now it is these local council leaders that are asking for sex, that are demanding for sex from the people that they have to give to relief packages. So imagine that. Imagine someone is having to give out a relief package that is not actually from him, that has just been assigned to him to help the country. But he has decided that for me to give you this relief package, I have to sleep with you. Our dear leaders, this is not the time to make demands for sex. This is not the time to start going back from where you started, or from where you are calling these women from, and start demanding sex from them. But it's the time to help that neighbor of yours. It is the time to give people what they rightly deserve. You do not deserve to demand sex from them, and I totally speak against it. And I urge you, the government, to come out and help these people at this moment, because you cannot say that I'm the LC and because I'm giving out relief packages, I have to sleep with you. No. That is wrong, totally and completely wrong. And yes, we are talking of social distancing. We are talking of so many things that will help cut the virus. Now, why would that LC1 person get the virus? Why would they be affected with all this that they are putting to frustrate people from getting the relief packages that they're entitled to? Why? Because they know they are the leaders. There is nothing that can be done to them. But we need to come out and speak against such acts, and we need the government to come out and do something for such people that are using this chance to manipulate people, that are using this chance to make the government actually look bad, because that is what it means. That, you know, this is what you're doing to us. A local council leader is part of the government, and you're saying that, you know what, I have to sleep with you. It is very sad, and I ask our government to come out and help with such instances that may occur. And some people may not talk, but for those that have come out and talked, please come to their rescue and come help them. If we need the local leaders out of this distribution and we only have the LDUs that are doing it and the other people that are helping them, then it is okay. Because trust me, when you go to an area like the area I'm in right now, you can identify people in that area, can easily identify who needs the help and who does not need the help, even when you've not gone through the local council leader. So it comes in from Uganda, where the coronavirus national task force intercepted a group of 8 people that brought in a dead body of coronavirus. Yes, this body was coming in from Qatar, and it was received by some funeral rights service people or service providers, and you know, even their families and all that. But the national task force was informed and they intercepted all this. Now, all these people that actually touched on the body were actually isolated from other people. Yes. Why? Because one of the rules that we have right now, or one of the things the president of this country came out to say, was that if someone dies of coronavirus, they are not supposed to be brought back to Uganda, but rather let them be buried where they have died from. So this one was died from Qatar, and they were being transported from Qatar. So people are not allowed to come into the country at the moment, but cargo, when someone dies, they become cargo. That person, that dead body was transported as cargo to Uganda. And yes, people intercepted, and they informed the national task force, the coronavirus national task force, which intercepted and which helped with following up all the information about this body. The person was buried actually in Kayunga, because by the time they were informed, I think the body had already gotten to their burial. They had taken the body to their burial ground, but they intercepted, they buried the body, and now everyone that was part of this, everyone who handled the body, has been isolated or has been put under quarantine for 14 days to see whether they do not have that disease. And why have they been put in quarantine, and why were they intercepted? Of course, I said they were intercepted because if someone dies of coronavirus, they're not supposed to be brought back to the country, and no one is supposed to touch on them apart from doctors. They're the ones that are supposed to help with burying these people. But these people decided to break the rules and said they would do the burial, but thank God they were intercepted. And yes, this speaks a lot. I know we love our people. I know everyone would want, when they lose people and they're not here, they want them to come back here. But if they have coronavirus, let us learn even from the Western world. People are not burying their people. It is the government that is burying these people. So let us respect these rules. And then this body, why these people were put under quarantine, is the body of someone who has passed on with coronavirus. They still carry the virus, so it can be carried on to the next person. Let us do these little things that we need to do in this period so that we stay alive. But hey, that is all from me. I would want to remind all of us that wash your hands, sanitize, wear masks if you have to, work from home if you have to. Don't move out unnecessarily. Move out when you're supposed to move out of your home. Remember, it is me, Victoria Nanozi. It is Trending Stories, and I want to repeat this. We are going to have these more often. Not only on Sunday, like I've said. Remember to subscribe, like, watch, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and share the videos. See you in another video.